honey, I'm at work, and yeah, me too. You know. All the folks are looking at him now going, and he goes, I love you too. It's hard, real hard. He can't. I don't know why people in the West, they just don't want to say I love you. They don't want to, we say it all the time. I love you for Allah. We say it all the time to each other. And when we're with our families, it's no problem. I love you. It's easy. I love my children. I say I love you. We don't have a problem with those 3 words. But we have a problem with 3 other words. We just cannot say these 3 words. Somebody come up to you and ask you a question, any question about Islam, right away. Even if you don't know. Why? Because the 3 words we can't say is, I don't know. I think it was Imam Malik who had a visitor who came, I think, from Yemen. And they asked some questions. And out of the questions they asked, a lot of them he didn't have the answer for. And he said, I don't have the answer to these. And they said, how are we going to go back? And what are we going to tell the people when we go back? We didn't get the answer. He said, you tell them Imam Malik doesn't know the answer to those questions. Who here thinks they know more about Islam than Imam Malik? Anybody? Okay, so why we can't say, I don't know? People have much more respect for you than if you guess and say the wrong thing. Islam does not mean peace. And if you say it, you'll be eating those words before you end your conversation, because they'll throw it right back in your face. Islam is something better and bigger and carries a lot more weight than just the word peace in English. Islam contains 5 English words all at once that work together in a system: surrender, submission, obedience, sincerity, and peace. So peace is in there, yes. But it's not peace on earth, goodwill to man. Not peace in the Middle East. It's peace between you and Almighty Allah. And you don't get that until you do the other 4. And subhanAllah, even some Muslims don't have that. They don't think about it. A person tell you, I'm a Muslim. You say, okay. But we've been working with you here on the job for a number of years. We didn't know you were a Muslim. When we go pray, you never do pray. He said, well, I'm a Muslim, but I don't pray. Ugh. How? When Rasul Sallallahu said, Laysa minha, he's not from us who leaves Salah. And what about Ramadan? Here we are, we're in the month of Ramadan, and you're telling me you're a Muslim and you don't fast? What you doing sitting there drinking that bibzi? He say, I'm a Muslim, but I don't fast. What about zakah? Do you pay your zakah, brother? Allah knows my heart. I love Allah. But Rasul Sallallahu ordered us, we have to pay the zakah. But I don't, Allah knows my heart. Allah says, Kul in kuntum tuhibun Allah fatabiyuni yubbikum Allah wa yaghfir lakum dhunubakum wallahu ghafurur rahim. Tell them, this is what Allah is telling the Prophet Sallallahu. Tell them, if you really love Allah, follow me, Rasul Sallallahu. Then and only then is Allah going to love you. So this answers immediately the question, well, what about these people who are Christians and Jews and they do some good deeds and blah, blah. Do they follow Rasul Sallallahu? But they love Allah. Do they follow Rasul Sallallahu? So until and unless they got the understanding of Muhammad or Rasulullah and they follow it, they're not fulfilling their potential. That's the bottom line. And you ask them, What about Hajj? Do you make Hajj? Did you do Umrah? Did you do anything? Did you put on the 2 towels and go down? I mean, you know, you took a month off last year, took your bonus and your salary, you took your kids over to Florida and went to Disney World, and you did Tawaf around Epcot Center for how long? But you didn't make Hajj. He said, brother, I'm a Muslim, but. Oh, we get it. You're a Muslim, but. That's good. That's good. You got part of a Muslim. The part you sit on. Oh, we need some legs, arms, a head. MashaAllah, you could be a whole Muslim. At the same time that I'm picking on the Muslims, I want to be careful that I don't do that in front of the new or the non-Muslims. Why? One of our brothers in Islam, a beautiful brother, we love him very much, Yusuf Islam, used to be Cat Stevens. And he read about Islam while he was in the hospital. He read the Quran. He made nadr with Allah. He was drowning actually out in the California ocean, out the Pacific. He said, if you get me back, I will worship you on your terms. And that's when Allah guided him to Islam. Because Allah got him back safely, he didn't drown. He told the story himself. But he said it was some years, really, before he ever met any Muslims. And his statement was, had I met Muslims first, wallahi, I wouldn't be a Muslim. This means he had bad experience with some Muslims. And while it's true, I will tell Muslims, new Muslims, brand new Muslim, and people looking at Islam, if you get in Islam, Allah is going to give you a big test. Allah says in Surah Ankabut, do they think they'll be left alone on entering Islam and they won't be put into fitna? For sure Allah is going to put them in the test that He put the people before them in to show who are the sadiq, the truthful, and those who are kadhib, the liars. Now that's in the Quran. So I will tell them about that, and I will tell them part of the fitna, part of the test, I'm sorry to tell you, is going to be us, the Muslims. Because, you know, don't look at Muslims to see what's Islam. I will tell them that. But I'm not going to insult all the Muslims by making a statement like that, because it's not true. The majority of all the Muslims are actually good. That's the truth. Just as in the case of Americans. There are some bad Americans. That's true. But the majority of them are pretty good guys. They just don't know. It's actually up to us to get the message to them. But we haven't done our job. We've got a lot of good Muslims out there. A lot of good Muslims. Some of them are also a little bit ignorant about Islam. But again, that's not cause for me to try to pass judgment on them. It's cause for me to do what? Work harder to get the message out. And by the way, this is to the youth. Listen to me. Don't try to convert the old people to your understanding of Islam. Don't do that. It's not going to work. They're going to get mad at you, and you're going to be in trouble. Just take it easy. You want them to learn something, show them with your good actions. Bribe them with your kindness. Let them ask you, and when you start answering, stop if they lose interest. But otherwise, you're never going to get anything with them. I promise you. You're not going to go anywhere with it. It's the youth. I know you know everything there is to know about everything, but just, you know, take it easy until you get a little bit of silver. I don't call this gray, by the way. It's not worth much. Silver's worth a lot, so, you know, alhamdulillah. But take it easy, guys. And our youth, a lot of you are gung-ho. You want to just change the whole world, and I'm proud of you for the energy, but direct that in the right way. Be careful with it, and don't be too quick to shoot off the gun of